I just had this conversation, that Anglican bishop guy I was talking about, his name's Chris Green. He is the smartest human being I've ever talked about the Bible with, ever. To the point where I drive once a month to Chattanooga just to sit with him and have conversations. And he looked at me the last time we were hanging out, which was 2 weeks ago. He goes, you know what part of the problem is with you? And I'm like, no, please tell me. That's why I'm here. And he goes, you want to be the 85-year-old version of you at 45. He said, be at peace at the speed in which Jesus is working in your life.
Come on.
And I think that there's a part of all of us that we want to be further along, and we think we should be further along than we are.
Gosh.
And I think that's a huge thing, dude. And
that is just...
That's why you need older, wiser guys, right?
Go ahead, pause on that for a second. That is fantastic. What a great what a sage piece of advice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, hold on to that, everyone that just heard it. And really
I'll give you another way to say
contemplate that, please.
So another way to say it is one of my other friends who actually took me through my doctoral work. He said this to me, and I didn't like it, right? Because I think here's what every human desires. If I'm being honest, I think all of us desire a formula with God to get what we want, right?
There you go.
Or to mature, or to whatever.
Unpack that a little bit, if you would.
So yeah, I say it this way: all of us construct God in our hearts in a box, and as long as God stays within that box, God makes sense to us. He feels safe to us. We can explain what he does, but life has a way of destroying boxes. Mm-hmm. So sometimes what we do is we try to figure out formulas how to get the God in the box in our heart to do what we want him to do. And so that's why we're like kind of what you said earlier, like, God, I'm doing all this stuff. Why isn't this working the way I thought it would? Right? So we all kind of want, because formulas give us control. Mm-hmm.
They also give us resentment on the other end.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it does. And I have lots of stories on that stuff. But I was talking to him and I was like, I just get frustrated. You know, it really is what Paul says in the New Testament. Man, there's things that I want to do that I don't do. There's things that I don't want to do that I end up doing. Like, when do I get past this? When do I, mature out of this? When do I blah, blah, whatever? I'm just like venting to him on the phone. And he's a spiritual director. He's super smart. He goes, man, you mean to tell you how I think you really mature in your faith? And I go, how? He goes, you get older.
Time.
And I go, well, dude, I had just done a podcast or a call with John Eldredge, who is like my spirit animal. And
love that dude's books.
Dude, love him. So
Phenomenal.
John and I did a Zoom call, and I go, dude, I just want to be able to talk about God and Jesus like John talks about him. He goes, yeah, you will when you're in your 70s. He goes, you're 44. Be 44.
Yeah.
He said, and know that as you are maturing, God is building all this stuff into you.